Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi, I'm here. Sorry, I'm late today by like an hour and a half. I got some stuff happened and I got a little bit distracted by some things. Sorry, drinking some water. Yeah, there was a lot of like texting happening earlier about some stuff that's going to be happening sometime this year. One's like a week from now, and the other one's like a while from now. My brother-in-law Vigo participated in the creation of a movie. He did like the sound design. I don't remember if he did all of it, but I know that he did it. I have no idea. I forgot. I'm very bad at keeping track of what's happening with people. I try my best, but I have a really crammed brain. There's a lot happening there, so I try my best to keep track. But there's always stuff going on, like, everyone's always got so much shit happening with their lives, And, like, I've got a lot of shit happening with my life right now. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm still trying to get through, like, a lot of background Pokemon stuff for the Pokemon streams. I'm trying to remember to keep, like, track of taking care of myself, so I'm trying to do my exercises recently. I try to remember to brush my teeth every day, to try and eat better, and, like, I'm trying to make sure I remind myself to, like, finally spend the money and the time to actually get, like, stuff so that I can wear my contact lenses for my cone eyes. There's a lot of stuff I have to try and keep track of just for myself, and that's not, like, all of that's just separate stuff for just taking care of myself and not at all considering, like, the other stuff that I have to keep track of. So it's like, I have a lot of stuff going on with just me, and, like, I take in a lot of information. A lot of the time. So I intake a lot of info all of the time. So it's really hard to keep track of other stuff. It's hard to keep track of anything, really. I'm trying my best though, I promise I am. Okay, hang on. Let me make sure my voice is actually going. I intake a lot of info all of the time. So it's really hard to keep track of other stuff. Okay. Hopefully the audio's fine. I'm trying to make sure I talk loud so that it helps and it's not as bad, Because I know that it catches a lot of, like, background noise, and I'm trying not to let that be a problem, but in order to do that, I have to, like, scream. Okay, so, other thing that I need to try and keep track of for the streams, specifically for the streams. So, Okay, so, I have a, basically, hello, person who's joined. I'm talking for like 2 seconds. I'll open up the game while I talk, because, like, we need to start the game anyways. We're playing Pathway today, like I said we would. I know I said we'd play Pokemon on Friday last week, but then I felt really sick on Thursday, and I didn't really want to, for fuck's sake, it's doing the thing again. Pathway's been doing something annoying lately where it doesn't actually close, so the only way to close it, like, when I exit the game, it doesn't close. I had to open it up the first time a second ago, but it didn't actually, like, go away. But, like, it doesn't close on Steam, because, like, it's not running in the background, I think. Unless it is. But, like, it doesn't... My computer doesn't consider it running, but Steam does. So I have to, like, go and exit the game through Steam in order to, like, really stop the game. And I'm not sure why it does that. But it's been doing that lately, and it's kind of annoying. Anyways, like I was trying to say, so last week, I know I said on Friday we were going to play Pokemon, but I lied because I wasn't feeling super well on Thursday, and then on Friday, I got really sleepy, so I was like, I don't want to do anything today. So I didn't stream on Friday, and I'm sorry about that. Instead, we're going to do it this Friday. I promise we'll actually play Pokemon. I want to show off the fact that I have 3 shinies now. I'm very proud of it. I'm super excited about it. I finished a lot of Pokedex entries, like, fully completed them. And I've done a lot of, like, just, the audio's still not going. Oh, no, wait, is the audio going and I'm stupid? I just forgot to do the setting, probably. Oh, no, let me fix that. Yep, it's going. That was probably loud. Oh, yeah, the audio is loud. Whoops! My bad. Okay, sorry. I'm fixing it. I promise. Okay, is it going where? Huh. That's weird. Okay, well. That was strange. The setting is being a little bit wonk. Okay, anyways. Oops. Alright, what was I saying? God, I've gotten distracted. Right. So, I'm excited to show off the Pokemon stuff. So we'll be doing that this Friday. For now, like I said we would, we're playing Pathway today and tomorrow. So, Wednesday, Thursday, Pathway Day. Hopefully we can get through it. I'm hoping we can finish it tomorrow, because we're probably not going to finish it today. But I am going to try and stay here for the full 3 hours until like 7. Well, it's not fully 3 hours. It's more like 2.5, but you know what I mean. I'm going to try and stick around until like 7 o'clock, and then I'm going to go away, because that's usually like vaguely dinner time for me. So yeah, I'll be here until then, playing Pathway again. For those of you who don't know, Pathway is basically like you ever seen Indiana Jones, where it's like the people are trying to like get a bunch of like artifacts and stop like Nazis from getting them, or like cultists as well from getting all of this stuff, so that they can like preserve it and save the world at the same time. And like sometimes their friends get captured and they try to help them out. That's basically what this game is about. It takes place in like that same kind of time zone where there's like a bunch of Nazis running around and everything, and you're trying to like fight them as well as a bunch of like cultists and zombies in order to get like all these special artifact things. What? The audio isn't playing for me. The audio isn't playing at all. God damn it. Why does this always happen? What is happening? No, I don't want you to play through that. I want you to play through this. Why aren't you? Ugh. Okay, well, we have to exit the game again. Why is Pathway giving me such a hard time? I swear. I don't know why it's been doing this. It gets, like, harder and harder to play on stream as time goes on, and I don't know why. It was fine originally. Yeah, stop running it. Exit. Properly exit the game, Steam. I exited the game. I left. It's closed. It's gone. Okay. Are you fine now? I'm gonna open it again, and hopefully the audio will work this time. Because it wasn't before. It always does this. Pathway just gives me, like, such a hard time nowadays when I try to play it, and I don't know why. Only on stream, too. Like, it's fine outside of it. Okay, there we go. The audio's there. Great. Fantastic. Okay, anyways, what was I saying? I'm getting distracted by these, like, issues. Right. What was I saying? Whatever. Anyways, yeah, so I'm here. We're gonna play Pathway today. Oh, I wanted to mention, I've been... So, like... Technically, I knew this, and I understood. But, like, I have a... I think, like, mostly blind, but basically just, like, blind relative who said that they were interested in, like, watching some of the streams and stuff. And with that in mind, I realized, like, yeah, okay, when you're watching the stream, if you can't see what's happening, if I don't explain what the visuals look like, then you don't know what's going on. So I've realized I may not be describing stuff as well as I should, so I should probably talk more about what's going on the screen. So I'm gonna try to make sure I do that. It's probably for the best anyways, because I find my streams a little bit boring. I feel like I don't talk enough, I don't say enough stuff as we go. And, like, that's fine if, like, it's a slightly more, like, boring part of the stream, or if there's a lot of, like, story-based stuff or something. I don't know. But, like, I feel like I should be talking more anyways. So I'm gonna make an attempt at trying to describe, like, the visuals that are on the screen most of the time. So, you know. By the way, speaking of, speaking out what's going on the stream, please don't freak out. Don't break the audio. I'm just making sure that it's on there. Okay. It should be fine. Right? The audio should be alright. It should be fine. Yes? I'm going to... Sorry, I'm just making sure that the audio is fine through my phone. Sorry, you're gonna hear like a weird sound in the background. Probably give me a minute. Right? The audio should be alright. It should be fine. Yes? I'm going to... Okay, it seems fine. You can hear the music pretty well. And you can hear me, so it should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay. So, right. So yeah, basic summary of like, actually I don't think I need to summarize, because I think most of these things that are happening, like the stories in this game, are very episodic. So I don't think we need to worry about it. So yeah, we're gonna start a new adventure on the game. So we've gotten through 4 different ones. Oh yeah, we can probably actually finish this today as long as nothing bad happens. But this is gonna be the hardest one. So in this game, you have this, like, you start off in the menu that's like this book that shows you different adventures that you can play through. And each of the adventures is like some cool thing that brings you into like this desert area where you have to fight Nazis and cultists and zombies and all this stuff in order to go and complete this particular task. The very first one, we had to go rescue our friend, who was it? Morton. We had to go rescue our friend Morton, who'd been taken by Nazis to be executed for, like, some reason. So, he was in the Moroccan desert. Yeah, and we finished that one, like, ages ago. That was a while ago. That's in, like, the VODs on, like, Cerillen VODs on YouTube, if you want to go look at that. So, that's over there. The second story was The Wrath of God. Right, the first one was called A Friend in Need. The second story was The Wrath of God. And it was related to the previous one that, like, Morton tells you that the Nazis are up to something sinister, so you have to go and fight them to stop them from doing this thing with this object called the Wrath of God, which, like, in basic summary, it kind of just evaporated people and then caused a cave-in. Like, that was what happened at the end of that one, so, you know, I think it was that one. So, that was what it was. Then The Night of the Black Pharaoh, which we finished last stream. Right, because, no, actually, yeah. So we have 2 left. So we've done 3. The one we finished last stream was Night of the Black Pharaoh. And that one was, like, a bunch of cultists. And the cultists, like, summon zombies and stuff, and also just have their own thing. They're really annoying. But the cultists were the ones we had to focus on in Night of the Black Pharaoh. And in that one, they were trying to, like, summon this, like, Turush Ra, who was this, like, terrible, like, the Black Pharaoh, you know? Like, he was this big, scary, like, mummy guy, but we burned, like, all of his bits before they could do it, so we stopped them like that. So that's what happened last time, and in all the streams before, and that's what's going on the screen right now. By the way, before we continue on with the story and everything, just so you know, there's always a question of the week. I'll mention it at the beginning of the stream every time. I didn't mention it earlier. That was my bad. But I will mention it right now. Question of the week. Are moths useful? I'm pretty sure is the question. Yeah, are moths useful? This is just a food for thought. Moths, this is also a fun fact, really. Like, moths are actually useful. They pollinate, you know, plants like butterflies do. They just catch pollen and take it places. So, you know, they're about as useful as butterflies are. So, fun fact, that's what moths are useful for. Moths are useful, about as useful as any other just random pollinating bug. So, cool. That's question of the week. Anyways, moving on with the actual game that we're playing. So, this is the 4th page, so this is the 4th adventure. There are 5 in total. So there's 1 more after this that we will probably end up doing tomorrow. We're probably going to finish this 4th one today as long as I don't die and have to do it again. So, because that would suck, but, you know, can't be helped. Anyways, this is the second to last one, and it is called Dreams in the Desert Sand. And it takes place in, oh god, a lot of these, like, words, I just cannot... I don't know what they're really going to be pronounced as because a lot of them are in different languages. So it's like I don't know what the origin of that like Arabic, I think. I don't know, because it's in Arabia. I don't know what it's pronounced like in Arabic. So, like, who's to say what this place is actually pronounced like? But it's spelled in the way that it seems like it says Jeddah. So I'm just going to say that that's what it is. So in Jeddah, Arabia, with his dying breath, the old caravan guide swore that he had seen, Karga Sarabit with his own eyes. Karga Sarabit, swallowed by the desert sands Karga Sarabit, swallowed by the desert sands so many millennia ago. The very next day, you set off on a journey that leads you deep into the heart of the merciless desert. Okay. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I'm looking at there's these customized things, and I, like, never mess with them, but they have, like, 3 different dials. One of them is difficulty, one of them is resource supply, and one of them is combat size, and, like, I've never really, like, looked at them. I usually just start with, like, default stuff. But the combat size thing says tweak the amount of enemies appearing in combat. More will make the combat longer and tougher. Less will make the combat shorter and easier. And the combat size is just 0, so it's like default size. And resource supply, tweak your starting resources amount. Increased resources will yield a more casual experience. Lowering will make it more challenging. And again, all of that is 0 right now. That's really interesting. So it's like, if you don't want to have as much of a difficult time through it all, then you can, like, up the numbers for the resource one and lower them for the combat one. But if you want to make it harder, you could do the opposite. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to mess with that because I don't really think it's necessary. But that's cool to know. Sorry. I just ate, like, a second ago. Like I said, I got really busy, like, right before the stream, and that's why I'm so late, but I was eating food. It's part of the thing. What are you trying to tell me, Codex? Go away. Alright. So, on the screen right now, we have opened the page to recruit team members. Now that we've clicked to start the new adventure and to set everything up, we get to choose from, how much is this? 12 different, no, not 12, 16, lol. 16 different people that we can take with us on our adventure. We can only take 3 right now, but we can gain a 4th one while we're out on the adventure. So, we have to choose which 3 ones we want to take with us. And, like, each one has a different, like, weapon specialty. Some of them have 2 weapon specialties, so you can switch between different weapons if you want. And, like, a tool specialty. Like, one of my favorites to take with me is, Pereira, and one of the reasons why he's my favorites is because, for one, he has, like, the resilient extra skill. So, like, everyone has equipment, so they have their first weapon. For Pereira, it's a shotgun, and, like, I've gotten him a really nice upgraded shotgun through time because I always use him whenever we go through these adventures. The second part is the tool that he can use, and he's able to use repair kits and also knives, and I prefer having him use a knife because usually alongside him I bring someone who can use a repair kit anyways, so I don't need him to use it, especially because his range is lower when he uses repair kits than, like, is average, so I'd rather him use the knife because he has, like, better with the knife than everything else. And he also has armor, so that everyone's got, like, 1 extra armor slot alongside their tool and their weapon, and he has heavy armor. And I've gotten him pretty decent, like, heavy armor at this point. And the heavy armor allows them to just, like, take more hits and everything, and his also increases his vitality +1, so that's really good, I feel. Unless I can get him better heavy armor, which would be great, but, you know, it is what it is right now. Anyways, so I always take Pereira with me because he also has the highest health because below the equipment stuff is stats and skills, and his stats are pretty decent. So it's like, it's vitality, will, dexterity, agility, intelligence, reflexes, and endurance, and all of those have their various, like, you know, different things that they do. So vitality does the character's health points, willpower is the number of bravery points, and bravery points are used to execute special abilities, like it says on the thing. Dexterity says higher dexterity means your character has a better aim and improved hit probabilities. Agility determines how far a character can move per turn. Intelligence determines the amount of experience points a character receives. Reflexes determines your evade chance. And endurance, if a character is knocked out, endurance determines how many turns a character stays alive, which is pretty useful because, like, otherwise you will just lose that character and you won't be able to use them the next adventure either. You have to give them, like, another adventure to recover. So the next adventure after the one where they die, you won't be able to take them with you, but you can take them the one after that one. So I learned that the hard way the first time that I, like, died on an adventure ages ago. Which I think I did the first time I played it because I didn't know what I was doing. So I think everyone died, like, the very first time I tried to play. But yeah, so besides stats is skills, and in skills, like, they have the skill for whatever weapons they can carry. So Pereira has the shotgun skill because he could use the shotgun, and his has, like, extra bits that I've given him over time by upgrading his skill tree where you can obtain more extra skills. And he also has the knife skill, the heavy armor skill, which is how he's able to, like, wield all these things, and the repair kit skill. So that all determines, like, which kinds of things that they can carry on them in their equipment slots. And below that are perks. And in perks, like, Pereira has Resilient, which is minus 15% received damage, which is one of the reasons why I take him with me, because he is, like, the tank character, so he is more resilient, which means that when he gets hit by stuff, it's not as bad for him as it would be for anybody else. He also has Big Game Hunter, so he does plus 20% damage against animals, and he has Survivalist, which allows him to use Survivalist event options. So first and foremost, every time I always take Pereira with me. Do I have anything in storage that I need to deal with right now, actually? I'm gonna recruit everybody that I need right now first, and then I'll deal with the stuff in storage. So, Pereira. I will recruit Pereira first because, you know, he's always one of my first ones to recruit no matter who else I'm taking with. Sorry, my throat's a little dry. Okay. I should have gotten, like, tea or something instead of just water. Whatever. Anyways, so, after that, I have 3 that I usually, like, take by default as long as they're still alive and able to come with me. So first of all, I get Pereira because he's a tank and he's, like, he's able to stab people, which is useful, actually, especially when you're fighting zombies, because zombies don't usually, like, require you to hit them super hard. So you can usually get away with just, like, shanking them. The same with, like, certain enemies are better off if you stab them instead of, like, shooting them. So yeah, I take Pereira with me, because he's my knife guy and also my tank. Alongside that, I usually take Omar. Omar has the shotgun skill, and he also has the repair kit skill. He does also have the assault rifle skill and the grenade skill, so he's very diverse with the stuff that he can take with him. But I prefer to have him use the shotgun and the repair kit because, like, I feel like he gets more extra stuff for the repair kit because he has an extra tile range with the repair kit than with, like, the grenades or anything like that, so I like having him have that. Oh, so that's why it does that. I never even noticed. He has the heavy armor skill, but also his is, like, bad. So he has a -4 armor amount, like, debuff, basically, that he just always has. So his armor is, like, less effective than other people's would be. So he has really nice armor, though. Just for that reason, to make sure that he's able to use it and stuff. That's interesting. The heavy armor that he has right now allows him to use engineer event options, which is interesting. That's actually kind of cool, although, like, we have someone that we're planning on taking with us who has that already, so I'm, like, not sure if it's, like, that useful for him to have it, you know? But whatever. Anyways, so Omar has that, and he also has the ancient languages and the brute skills, perks, I mean, and, like, I love the brute perk. It is one of my favorites. So I always bring Omar with me. He's the second one that I will recruit. And his stats are pretty high. Like, all of the levels for these 3 are already pretty up there. Like, yeah, I think Omar's at level 5, Pereira's at level 4, or... No, wait, Omar's at level 6, Pereira's at level 5, and Natalia's at level 6. And I think level 6 is, like, yeah, the highest you can get Yeah. So level 6 is the highest that you can get on here, at least when it comes to getting stuff out of the skill tree, where you can, like, choose all the different, like, extra skills and stuff outside of just their baseline ones. So yeah, Natalia, as I mentioned, Natalia is the third one that I always end up choosing. She has a pistol, which is great because, like, 2 people with a shotgun, like, I need someone to be able to hit things at further range. And also, pistols are great because it allows her to get 2 shots in sometimes. And it does allow for, like, more precision aiming, so she's also able to just hit things from farther away, and also she's more likely to hit stuff than, like, others, I guess. So I do like having someone who can use, like, a pistol with us. And alongside that, she has the medical expert and the engineer perk. And the reason why is because she's able to use the disintegrator skill, which is another kind of weapon. And, like, I never have her use the disintegrator because I feel like its aim is not as good as the pistol. Although I think it hits harder against opponents with, like, heavy armor, but I'm not certain. So it's, like, it's got its benefits, but I'm not super into using the disintegrator. But yeah, her tool thing, though, is that she has the first aid kit with her right now, because she has the med kit skill. So she's the healer of the group. So it heals for, like, 60 health points, and most of them have about, like, 100, so it's, like, half health that she's able to heal for everybody. And, like, Omar has a healing skill that allows him to heal for, like, I think 20% of one's health, so or something like that, but it's usually, like, around 20 hit points that he's able to do. So it's good to have her around to get, like, really good healing and everything. And I recently got her the heavy armor skill, so now she also has heavy armor, which is really good. So I recruit these 3 every time I go out, just because, like, they are the best ones in my opinion. Okay, so before we go out to start the adventure, this is taking a hot second for me to, like, explain everything that's going on, but I want everyone to know what's actually happening. So we're taking a second to do this. Especially because it's taken so long for us to actually reach this point in the game. Like, the first couple of adventures I did so long ago, it feels. So it's like, at least, like, the first one I did ages ago. So it's like, I think I didn't really explain a lot of what was going on either, so I think it's good to take a second to do that right now. Alright, sorry. So, I was thirsty. Man, I'm telling you, it's starting to... I'm getting, like, allergies and stuff because it's starting to get warmer outside. I'm having, like, a rough time. A lot of, congestion and, like, throat issues. My throat's been dry constantly lately. I'm probably also dehydrated, to be fair. Anyways, okay, so we're gonna look through our car storage. We can afford to up our car storage to be, like, full 3 things of it. So that's, what, like, 30 slots in our car that we can put stuff in to take back with us. So that's pretty useful. It's usually just to carry, like, weapons and armor and, like, tools and stuff. And to bring them back, usually to upgrade, like, characters that you have put away and give them better equipment to be used, like, later as you want to improve them and stuff. And, like, in my own time, I'm probably gonna do that. Just, like, mess around with them and try to make them, like, top tier and stuff, just to go achievement hunting, basically, because I enjoy doing that. But yeah, so I'm gonna take a second to give other people, like, all of these things. So, Miguel is a character that uses grenades. He also uses the assault rifle. Ooh, and we have a really nice grenade that's better than the one he has. It's called the Sulfur Pot, and before he had the Steiner Granat 1924. So it's okay for a grenade. It's like a level 2 grenade, but the Sulfur Pot is level 4. So we're gonna give him that one because it does 30 to 51 armor. Like, not armor shredding. That I'm reading it wrong. It does 30 to 51 damage, and armor shredding does like 18 and stuff. And its area of damage is 2 tiles, but that's like mostly normal and stuff, you know? So all of the other stuff, the combat uses is twice, and throw range of 8 tiles, and the area of damage 2 tiles is, like, exactly the same. The difference is just the armor shredding, because the previous one was 10, this one is 18, the new one, and, like, the actual damage itself of, like, 30 to 51 for the new one, while the previous one was 23 to 38. So that's a nice comparison. So if we find Miguel, he'll have a really nice grenade. Alongside that, I think I do have, yeah, he only had a level 2, like, shiny, basically. He had a level 2, like, shiny, glowy, like, rarity object. So I'm going to give him a nicer assault rifle. The range decreases, but in return, like, everything else increases. Ooh, the accuracy increases, which is great, because his current one is, like, negative 5% accuracy, but the level 4 one is just, like, 0% accuracy, so that doesn't take away any of his accuracy that he just has normally, which is great, because, like, his accuracy needs to be at least, like, decent, so I'm going to accept the 2-tile decrease on range, because I feel like it's worth it for at least the accuracy, but also the magazine size increases by 1, and the crit damage increases by 6, which is pretty good. The crit chance and the burst spread are exactly the same, but the armor shredding increases by 4, and the damage itself goes up by, like, a full, like, 12, which is great. So yeah, I'm definitely going to give him this one. Ooh, and also at the bottom, and, like, for the rarity ones, that's why they're glowy. Like, they glow. Like, they're outlined by a different color and stuff, and the rarity, I think, goes up to from, like, rare to epic to legendary. Sorry. And, like, yeah. And the glowing for it is just, like, supposed to indicate, like, which one it is by color. So, like, rare is blue, epic is purple, and legendary is yellow. So, or, like, gold, I guess. But, you know. So his current one is actually an epic one, which is why it has an extra, like, there's usually extra marks, and, like, I think the rarity determines the number of extra things you get, or at least, like, how good the extra things you get are. So with the epic ones that he has, like, the current one he has, there are 2 extra little bits, and it says damage plus 5% and dexterity plus 1. But with the other one, the newer one that I'm thinking of giving him instead, it's accuracy plus 5%. So it's actually a plus 5 accuracy just as a whole, which is really good. And a plus 1 for dexterity, which is also pretty good. So, like, definitely replacing his with that one, because that's a really nice one. And I'm probably just going to straight up get rid of the previous one he had. Because I think even, like, in comparison to the rare one, it's, like, not as good, so I'm going to send that to valuables to just sell it, because I don't really want it. Sorry, I'm coughing a lot. My throat is, like, so dry, and now I'm talking a lot, so. And I'm trying to talk fast, because I want us to get through all this introduction stuff, you know? Okay, so, after that, we have a disintegrator, so let's go over to our friend Bellamy, who is the scientist who has a disintegrator that he uses, because that's, like, the only weapon I think he's able to use. Yeah, he only has the disintegrator skill, the medium armor skill, and the repair kit skill. And, like, I don't have him hold a repair kit, instead I have him hold a Valkyrium crystal, a legendary one, because, it increases, like, some effect for a particular, like, weapon, and this one increases disintegrator accuracy by plus 8, so it's, like, very good accuracy with that, although the disintegrator he's using right now has, like, a negative 7% accuracy, which is not great. But this new one, I got another one that's, it's similar in level. It is a level 3, but the rarity is increased, so it has a couple of different, like, extra things, because the previous one that he had was a rare rarity, so it only had 1 extra little thing of crit chance plus 5%, but this new one has accuracy plus 5% and agility plus 1. And, like, its baseline accuracy debuff is only -2 instead of -7, but with the plus 5, it's going to be a plus 3% accuracy, which is great alongside the accuracy crystal we have. And the armor shredding's the same, the range is the same, and the crit chance and the crit damage are the same. They're like, okay, you know. But the damage is also increased by this one. Not by a lot, but by like a bit, since it's just up a rarity level, but still like the same kind of one. Yeah, it's like the exact same gun even, it's just the rarity that's different. It's an Oakfield Gernsback gun, it's what it's called. I don't know if that means anything, really, but like that's just what it's called. So yeah, we're gonna replace his previous one with this nice new epic one with a nicer accuracy, so hopefully he'd be able to actually like hit people better. And I'm going to sell the other one because I don't think we really have anybody else who uses a disintegrator, at least not right now. So we're gonna get rid of that. Oh, right. So Natalia can use heavy armor right now, which is great because before she could use light armor, and I did not like that because her armor rating was really low. And alongside that, like, it only gave her the extra, this, like, agility skill that I think allowed her to, like, move away a little bit. Like,